No thermal scopes. Yo, what up, Random? How we doing? Waking him up to watch. Bro, it's 4:30 in the afternoon. What are you talking about? Waking him up. All right. Let me grab my water. Hopefully there's some in it. Yeah, we're good. How's everybody doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Thermals. 6:30 over there, took a nap. That's fair, I guess. I do love me a good nap, I'm not gonna lie. Especially like the Sunday afternoon nap, those are peak. Absolute peak napping. Love watching these builds to help second shift go faster. Nice. What do you do for work, Trail Tech? All right. Let's talk about today's build. Sorry, I am still kind of getting over a cold, so if I sound terrible, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it, but we got to build. So here we go. First, got a Ryzen 9 9950X 3D. We've got 3 terabytes of storage, got 64 gigabytes of RAM, RTX 5080, got the MSI Mag X870E motherboard, 1000-watt power supply, and then we've got the Thermalright Mjolnir. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Mjolnir Vision, something like that. But it's got a sweet LCD screen on it. Looks really good. It's from Thermalright, so you know it's going to be good quality. This is going to be a nice build. And then all of this is going inside of the Montech King 95 Pro, which I forgot to open. So let's do that real quick while people are still showing up. I got to get the case out of this box. Apparently I forgot to do that. I remembered at some point while I was setting stuff up and then promptly forgot it. So let's make sure we get this guy out of the box so that we don't stall the build midway through. Yo, what up, Fade Away? What up, Mark? Quality analyst for submarine repair. Ooh, that sounds interesting. That sounds very interesting. What up, Fade Away? See you on two different chats there. All right, I'm getting this case out of here. Wow, that notification sound's gonna bother you guys here real soon. It's going nuts. Okay, we're just getting the case set out of the box because I forgot to do that, and then we'll actually start. Then we'll be ready to really build, you know? It'd be kind of an interesting PC if we didn't have a case. These builds go pretty quick too because that Montech King 95 Pro has 6 pre-installed fans. So it goes nice and quick. All right. It's only interesting until it's your job, that's fair. Yo, Mark Barretto, what's up, dude? Thought the GPU was an ASUS? No. No, we don't have any ASUS 5080s in stock. This one, dude, I hate TikTok. TikTok, for some reason, thinks that just because I'm streaming on other platforms that I'm promoting people to buy things other places. It's ridiculous. No, so this is the best way to get a 5080 for MSRP. So that's what we went with. No, that's why for pretty much everything, unless somebody requests a very specific model or a specific color, I typically just quote with an RTX 5080 because it's whatever we can get for the best price. Yeah, that's probably just what I put in the build sheet. Was I picked a 5080 that was available at the time, or that you know, that was at the same price point, but it wasn't available in a reasonable amount of time, so we ended up with this guy. Yeah, what up, Rytech? Sound cute to me. Oh. But don't worry, this thing will perform just as well as an Asus or a Gigabyte or an MSI. They're all basically the same. All right, let's get to building. Let's get to building. I added a 5th chat today. We decided to live stream on the Book of Faces for some unknown reason. I just figured why not, because I haven't streamed there in like 3 years. But, you know, it was worth a try. We'll see how it goes. You got anything under $1,000, like for an entire build or for the GPU? Sealing label. Don't worry, it was sealed. Did I make the video for PC setup on Black Ops 7? I haven't yet. I probably should do that though. What motherboard you usually prefer for high-end building like this personally? So if you're going like super, super high-end, I would go personally MSI MPG Carbon Wi-Fi. If you're going for something like slightly below that, this one here, the MSI Mag X870E Tomahawk Wi-Fi is super solid. You could also go with like one of the higher end ROG Strix boards. You could even go with like the ASRock Taichi is a really good model. But I really like MSI, so I use them quite a bit. Pre-builds, the gamer PC will put you like right around $1,000, or the starter PC after shipping and stuff will put you at right around $1,000. And those are on my website. Starting a lower mid-range commissioned build for a coworker tonight at the 1K mark. Ooh. That sounds fun. I do enjoy a nice little budget PC. That's honestly, that'll be nicer too for you, like doing it for somebody local, because then you don't have to like add in the cost of shipping, and you probably don't even have to add in the cost of, you know, like transaction fees or whatever. Because those definitely eat into the budget, especially on a more budget-friendly system. All right, here we go. Top-down view. 9950X 3D. Awesome, thank you, Mark. What up, Andy? Mr. Rat, what's up? Sorry, Sir Rat. One terabyte SSD. Black Ops 7 tomorrow, it sure is. If Rytech is still going to be on in the evening, you know, maybe we'll get some games in. Who knows? Usually on days like that, he's on like the entire day, but we'll see. Why not use 6400 megahertz of RAM? A lot of people, well, the CL32 6400 and CL30 6000 are the same effective first word latency, so there's no reason to pick one over the other. This stuff is actually CL28 6000. So Patriot Viper has these new models out that are like ultra low latency, so they actually have even lower latency than the standard 6000 stuff that you would see out. What do you think about the 5060 Ti 16 gig and a 7600X just for sim racing? That's great. I don't know much about sim racing, like I don't know what all it takes to do, but that combination is solid. I mean, personally, I don't think it costs much more to get the 9600X or the 7600X. So personally, I would go for that if you can afford the extra like 20, 30 bucks, whatever it is. But that's a solid combo, dude. Definitely will not have any complaints about that. Got the luxury of Micro Center. Dude, I wish I had a freaking Micro Center. The nearest Micro Center is a 12-hour drive. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, you're commissioned to do it, but you're not like charging money to do it. You're just doing it for a buddy. That's cool. I mean, when I first started building, I was not really making any money on PCs. Let's be real. I think I charged like under $100. Durzo, what's up? Love the content. Thank you. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix this so I can read it. It's the smallest I can make it. Cool, cool, cool. You guys, I'm quickly running out of space on my thing here. Hold on. Let me just switch you guys over so you can see what we're dealing with here. So you can kind of see it here. This is my monitor. I have OBS here. I have my activity feed so I can see when people are like subbing and following. And then I have stream chat, stream chat, stream chat, stream chat, stream chat, stream chat. I'm running out of space, you guys. I'm running out of space. It's getting a little crazy over here. And for some reason, I decided to add Facebook to the mess today. Time to get an 80-inch. Yeah, this is a 27, so it's not bad. Yeah, I might need a bigger, like a 32-inch 1440p screen or something like that, or like an ultra-wide, because that would be real nice. 5-minute walk away from you? Screw you. I'm jealous, actually. That's why I lashed out. Sorry. I went to the Dallas Micro Center for the first time. Like, it was the first time I'd ever been to a Micro Center in February this year, and I was like a kid in a candy store, man. What's up, Richard? 31 months. That's wild. I told them if they buy from you, they'll get a 1-year subscription to my OnlyFans page. Yep, I just won't send them the link, you know? Will TPM 2.0 and Secure Boot be on this PC? It will. On the newer systems now, TPM 2.0 at least is like on by default. Secure Boot a lot of times is as well, but I have been making sure that they have that on for the builds I've done ever since Call of Duty and Battlefield announced that those are required. One thing I have noticed on these Patriot Viper RAM, these plastic like RGB diffusers are like a little loose, like they don't have a quite tight enough like hold on the heatsink, so I'm gonna start squeezing the heatsink a little bit in hopes that it keeps it tight. It's crazy. Shouldn't have to do that, but that's where we are. What up, Mohammed? What do you think about super GPU cards for 50 series from Nvidia? I mean, we don't know anything about them. From past experience, they're going to be a mild upgrade from the standard ones. So, you know, they'll be better. And usually what they do is they stop making the like they'll stop making the 5080 and then they'll start making the 5080 Super. And then from then on, it'll basically be the Super is all that's available. The plastic slipped off again. Yeah, I would try, like, don't just clip it in. Like, do what I did and actually squeeze the metal heatsink. Because that's what, like, it clips onto. So, like, give that a little bit of a squeeze on both sides, kind of all along that. And that should hold it in a lot better. That's crazy that they're having that problem. That's, both of the kits of these that I've used have had, like, it be kind of loose. So, yours is the worst. I haven't seen that. But oh well. Okay, there we are. Got all that stuff in here. Let's move on, but mostly I don't know how to change the colors. In your system, I think we used an MSI motherboard, so it should be through MSI Center. Open up Mystic Light in MSI Center, and that's how you change the colors. 5080 Super / Ti comes in at a reasonable price. I might step up from the 9070 XT. Yeah, it's just tough to like say if that's actually worth it, because like, you know, it's gonna be a pretty mild upgrade from like the 5080, and like the 9070 XT is already really good. So I'm hard pressed to believe that the price tag that you'll have to pay, unless you can get basically all your money back from the 9070 XT, that it'll be worth upgrading, you know? Would you like many viewers? No, go away. Go away. Richard, are you still in the Kick chat? Can you deal with that for me, by chance? All right. If he's not, I can, but it's a little bit more work for me to do it. Okay, it would appear Richard is not in here anymore. Ban. Goodbye. Okay, let me fix that. The AI mod usually takes care of it, so I'm kind of surprised that it didn't there, but whatever. What's a good CPU upgrade to go from your i7 8700? Anything modern. I mean, if you want to keep it cheap, you could go with like the Ryzen 5 7500F. You could go a little bit older and get like an i5 14600K. Honestly, like any modern CPU besides the Intel dual cores that for some reason they make still is going to be a huge upgrade from what you're running today. All right, there's all the stuff that we need. There's all the stuff that we don't. Anything modern? Does that mean to say? I don't know. Anything from the last couple years is going to be a huge upgrade. How about that? Those gorilla arms look like it holds up static electricity. Wow, that's a little mean. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's why I have the gloves. Like the primary function for the gloves is just to keep everything clean, but they do also help with keeping static electricity from building up on my hands and shooting down onto stuff. BRB, all right, we'll see you in a minute, Mark. How big is this thing? Looks like it should go inwards. Let's just double check. It'll just be easier to just look at this. So, AMD mounting. AMD mount, no. AMD mounting, there we go. They point them away from the CPU. Done. Easy. I don't know why I still had that up there, but that's okay. So these guys, oh, they have it this way. Okay. That's why I was confused. Most of the Thermalright stuff, they mount on the top and bottom, not on the sides. So that's why I was a little confused. Holy crap, you won the giveaway. What giveaway? Cooler CPU, only instructions I'll ever even open during a build? Yeah, for sure. And most of the time, like, I use the same stuff, like, I use similar enough stuff that I can usually just look at it and know. But this is like a new model I haven't used before, and they changed it up drastically. So, like, see on this one, the mounting points are on the sides. Basically, every other Thermalright model mounts up here and down here. So that's why I was like, oh, that's a little weird. Is it smarter to build a new PC or upgrade your current one? It totally depends on what components you have in your system, to be honest. I'm really curious what giveaway this guy won. Want to build a PC suggestions for a PC case? How much do you want to spend on your case, and how big do you want it to be? And what do you want it to look like? Like, do you want like a standard sort of case with like fans in the front, side panel, fan in the back, AIO on top kind of thing? Or do you want like a fish tank type case? How much do you want to spend on it? There's a lot of variables here. We got it. We did it. Okay. Okay. Whew. All right, let's start pulling these panels off here. That's not finger tight. Somebody used a machine on that one. This isn't a giveaway build. No. This is a customer build. It's been ordered. How much money do you think I'm making on YouTube that I'm just giving away every PC I build, bro? It's pretty wild behavior out of you. Pretty wild behavior. All right. There we go. Okay. Okay, okay. $120 in my area. There is a lot of dust problems. I mean, something like this is really solid. So you could go with like the Montech. I think they have a smaller version of this, like the Montech King 40 or something like that. You could go, Corsair tends to do a really good job with having plenty of filters. So like the 3500X or the new Frame 4000D are both really good options in that price point. Yeah, I don't know why you would just assume that I'm giving a PC away with literally no indication that this is a giveaway. You just came in here and you're like, yeah, this is a giveaway. Like, what are you talking about, bro? It's pretty wild behavior. Pretty wild behavior to just assume that because I'm building a PC, I'm giving it away. All right, motherboard screws. Look at this. They even label this for you. SSD/motherboard screws. Look at that. So thoughtful. $5080 is bullshit. Why? Purdue, you know what? Just because you asked nicely, Purdue, you can have it. It's yours. But only because you asked so nicely. I'm sorry, Peter, but the number of people that come in here asking that question is like more than I could count on one hand. Like, I'm amazed it hasn't happened like the last two streams, but it happens almost every stream, so I don't really take it like a joke anymore because it's not really that funny anymore to me. The Montech XR is great. It's a great little case. It doesn't have a ton of like dust filtering, so you might want to like, you could probably buy a couple of dust filters to throw in there. But it is a great little case. Honestly, if you have a ton of dust, like the best thing I could suggest is one, clean it often, and two, if you can get like a air filter in your room that the PC is in and even put it like near the PC, that will help a ton. Thank you guys for the subs. Appreciate that. Ow. Can I get it, please? Because I have no PC. No. See? See what I mean, Peter? See what I mean? You might have been joking. But the people that come in and beg for a PC is pretty much constant. Now you see why I reacted the way that I did. Yo, what up, Elevron? Thirsty Thursday. Lee & Lee V100. Ooh, that is a cool looking case. I've never seen it in person, but I've seen some pictures of it. It is really cool. Dark flash cases are decent cases with removable filters. Oh yeah, Be Quiet uses like good filters too. I like Be Quiet cases. It's so cool. Hey, thank you, Fade. Do I give away free PCs? No! Stop asking! I mean, occasionally we have, but not just like on the fly, on stream. Like we would announce it ahead of time and promote it and stuff. But I don't make so much money on this stream that I can be like, yeah, let's just give away this PC. We'll make the customer another one. Yeah, go buy one from me. Then you can have one. Ben, get out of here. If I give you a free PC, Ben, you have to give me a free PC. I'm gonna make sure yours doesn't even have a GPU. How funny would that be though? Like Ben gives me a free PC and then I give him a free PC. If you guys didn't know, Ben, who's in the Facebook chat, is also a PC builder, gaming empowered. He also makes great PCs. One of the few builders that I would be comfortable recommending, especially if I ever stopped building for whatever reason. Trade you an old PC, my first PC? Like as a down payment? Maybe. Okay. Let's switch these up, because apparently I forgot to do that. Apparently, never been on live television before. You have one with on integrated graphics? That doesn't sound fun. I mean, unless you're not gaming on it, then it's fine. But if you're trying to game on it, it's unfortunate for sure. PC you built me replaced it. Yeah, that was such an adorable PC that we built. I mean, it's powerful too, but it's so cute. It's all white and pink. All right, HD audio. You are first. Oh gosh, we're gonna have to deal with this thing. It's the only downside to this case. It has nothing to do with the quality or performance of the case. This thing will just constantly hit my water bottle. Ready? Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, HD audio installed. Okay, let's do the other fun stuff. We got some USBs. USB 3 on this motherboard is up high. No, it's different. They do it differently from the Z890 to the X870. That's why I'm always confused. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll get the USB-C in here. It goes right there. See, that's why I was confused when I was doing those Intel builds recently, because for some reason it's the same model, just different chipset, like Intel versus AMD. But on the AMD one, they do their USB 3s down here. And on the Intel one, it's up here. Why? Nobody knows. All right, front panel. Don't hit that water bottle. Don't do it. Okay, there we go. I give up. Putting my water on the floor. It's your favorite PC? It better be. Literally just yeeted it. If you had to guess, how much money do you have tied up in all your video and stream equipment? Let me take an educated guess for a minute. So that camera, I think, was about $1,000. These two together was another $1,200. Another $500-ish for each of those two lenses. So we'll call it 2,000. Tripod, you know, $100. Assorted cables, maybe another $200. Stream PC. So what does that put us at? It puts us at like 2,400. Stream PC, I think, when you include the Black Magic, is probably puts us at 4,000. Desk was a couple $100. I would say for the things that I'm currently using for the stream, like not including like my gaming PC and like other monitors and other microphones and stuff, if I had to just throw a number out there, I would say $6,000 for the stuff that I'm using right now. Like my gaming PC, which I'm not actually using right now, it's turned on, but I'm not using right now, was over $6,000 in parts. But for the stuff that I'm using right now, I would guess around 6K. It's a lot. You're left out over there. Dude, I've got 5 chats I'm trying to read. I'm so sorry. Mr. Rainbow, what's up? Is everything okay over there? Everything's fine, I guess. I can take it off. I know I can take it off. I just don't want to. I'd rather complain about it, you know? I'd rather be a child and complain about it. All right, let's hook up this RGB cable that goes to, right now, this is just connecting all of the fans that are pre-installed. So we've got these 6 pre-installed fans to a nice little hub, which is kind of hard to see, but you got a hub up here. We're gonna actually run the 3 fans that we're gonna add to the AIO into the RGB here, so that all of the fans are being controlled by that. Okay, what else do we got here? We should have a fan control cable in here somewheres. I feel like that's the one that I always struggle to find. Here it is. Aha. So here's how we're gonna control all of the cables, or all the fans that come pre-installed. Stick that through. What's a streaming card used for? Saw one online. A streaming card. You mean like a graphics card? I mean, or like a you mean like an Elgato capture card. You use the capture card to bring in video from like your gaming PC or like a camera, and it basically converts the signal from the camera into something that the computer can see. Barbie's struggle to unbox her PC was real. That was hilarious. I loved watching that video. I finally figured out how to activate my secure boot. Hope this helps with cheating, they claim. I sure hope it does too. Don't control your fans, let your fans be cool. Be cool, bro, just be cool. Are you only live here? No, Joseph, I am live on Facebook, TikTok, Kick, Twitch, and YouTube twice. I have a vertical and a horizontal stream on YouTube. Everywhere else is a single format. YouTube announced that they're going to be doing, they're going to be like, you can like do the dual stream to YouTube, but they're gonna pull the chats together into one. So like you'll have a single chat for a horizontal and vertical, which would be huge. That would be so cool. Because there's so many times where I think people would watch on the horizontal stream, but because it tends to be quieter because it doesn't get pushed to like the shorts feed, they don't want to be over there. So if they could put them together, that would be insane. It'd be so cool. Okay, power cables. Power cables. Power cables. If you haven't watched The Office, I'm sorry. About 90% of my quotes are going to be from The Office, and there's nothing you can do about it. You love your King 95 Pro. Dude, it's an incredible case. It's an incredible case. Doesn't seem too bad for the quality of videos. Thank you. In total equipment, I think I insured my office for like $30,000 or something like that. And that usually includes, you know, inventory and stuff. But I would say that's probably a rough estimate of everything that's in my entire office. Maybe like 30K, something like that. El Rocho coming in with a follow, thank you. Also, all the people on YouTube that subbed earlier, thank you, thank you. I know I didn't call you out individually, I'm sorry, but I appreciate it. Just built a new PC using the BTF series from ASUS. Let's go. We built one like that for my mod earlier this year. That's the only BTF I've ever done, like only BTF build I've ever done. Nobody really asks for it, and they don't have a lot of components available. So, we haven't done it much. We did the Lee & Lee 011 Mini V2, is that what it's called? 011 Vision Compact, that's what it was. In white. So we got the white ASUS graphics card, the white ASUS BTF motherboard. We had an Intel CPU because that's all that was available at the time. When you need power, get power cables, and they can also control your fans. What are you talking about, Mr. Rainbow? All right, so we do need SATA for this, for that hub. We only need one. We need PCIe power, no. We need CPU, yep. We need, nope. We need, nope. We need CPU power, yep. Oh gosh, it scared me. I left this in the bag. GPU power, there we go. That's all the cables that we need. I scared myself by leaving the GPU power cable in there. I was like, it's not here. Do I ship PCs worldwide? I can ship them worldwide. I pretty much only ship within the US though, because it's very expensive to ship worldwide, and it costs the customer a bunch of money in import taxes typically. So it's hard to be competitive, and I always tell customers that, like, if they're outside the US, I'm like, hey, by the way, like, based on the country you're in or the province of the country you're in, here's how much you're gonna pay in taxes on a, you know, X dollar build, just so you know, on top of, here's the roughly how much it's gonna cost to ship it there. So I'm very transparent with people when they're outside the US. They're like, hey, I'm more than happy to build you a PC, but so you know, there are some drawbacks to me not being located in your country. It's unfortunate, but there is no way around it. I mean, I guess tax evasion, but I don't think you can really do that when you're importing things into the country. Nor should you. Nor should you. Just saying that I don't think you can, even if you wanted to. I'm not promoting tax evasion, you guys. It came out wrong, okay? It came out not the way I wanted that to sound. Oh, the Be Quiet light base, that's an incredible case. I really want to build something in that soon. Are you using Streamlabs? No, I use OBS Studio. It's free. Here I am hosting AI models in a $2,700 computer with a cheapo Amazon PC case for 40 bucks. Hey, whatever works, man. Like, the case is not that important when it comes to the quality of the PC, as long as it provides good enough, you know, openings for airflow, right? Like, what the heck is going on? What was that? What was that sound? Did you guys hear that? I have no idea what that sound was, you guys. You guys all heard that too, right? Like, that was probably blasting your guys' ears out. What up, Stickman? Dude, I have no idea what that... Oh! Trail Tech subscribed at a tier 1 for 6 months in advance. That's probably what it was. Yo, Trail Tech, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's probably what that crazy loud sound was. Holy cow. Apparently my Twitch stuff needs to be adjusted. Everybody go subscribe on Twitch so you can burn everybody's ears out. New sub on the purple. Yep, I see it now. I saw it. I'm doing good, Stickman. Everyone's doing good. Daughter is in 1st grade, which is crazy. My wife, well, I'm like just now kind of getting over a sickness that my wife gave to me and she had for like what felt like forever. So that's not fun, but we're doing good. Okay. Got that through there.
Bad wife, kick her to the couch.
Dude, there's so much space in this case. I love it. Freaking love it. What power supply that? It is the ASRock Phantom Gaming 1000 watt. It's amazing. Also use the new Thermalright Wonder Vision. It's good, or as good or better than the Trix. That's what I've heard. I made a video on it, just like talking about that it came out and like how they basically look like they were like, gave a big FU to Trix and then made it cheaper too. It looks like a really cool cooler. I need to get one. Bad wife, kick her to the couch. I know, right? What the heck? It's more likely I would get kicked to the couch though. Let's be honest. It's more likely I would be on the couch. Let's be honest. The drop happened. What up, Reaper? Where's the infinite coffee cup at? That hasn't been here in a long time, but I do have water. The infinite coffee cup clearly died or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened to it. Okay, we got our motherboard power in there. Let's get our CPU power cables plugged in. Let's get our SATA cable plugged in down here. Okay. Stick that in there. Just like, stay. Okay, good. I wish that case was BTF compatible because I would have just used that even though you had one. Oh, this case here? Thermalright Tropheo with the 6.5-inch screen. That one is also really cool. Yeah, when I made that video, I was like, I had to decide between one or the other. And I was like, well, the Wonder Vision is like a carbon copy of the Trix Panorama. So I figured like that one would be more interesting for people to see because they quite literally just said, hey, that looks cool, Trix. We're gonna do it for cheaper and probably better. In the end, you ordered the 5080 Master Eyes. Nice. What's the build today? Riper, we've got a Ryzen 9 9950X 3D, RTX 5080, 3 terabytes of storage, 64 gigabytes of RAM. What did I miss? MSI Mag X870E Tomahawk Wi-Fi. Excuse me. We've got the ASRock Phantom Gaming 1000 watt power supply. And then we've got the Montech King 95 Pro. And then we've got the Thermalright Midjourner Vision AIO. I have to say it weirdly like that because there's no way on earth I'll ever pronounce it right. So if I just say it really funny like, then people will know that I'm not able to say it. Yo, Josh with the follow on TikTok. Thank you. Made it but late, but you're here. Hey, you're here. And we're not that far into the build. I mean, I guess we are kind of far into the build. We're not that far into the build. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. Interesting. They pulled kind of an Arctic here where they sort of ran the cable from all of these fans back to the pump instead of like running it directly to the board. But they kind of just stuck it in the middle here, which is sort of interesting. But it just scared me for a second because I thought it was like directly connected into the pump, but it's not, so we're okay. King 95, you have a build in it. Okay, yeah. So you would have gone with the King 95, but you couldn't because it's not compatible. Now I get it. Yeah, the noise from Twitch. Hey, thank you so much. The Thermalright Tropheo, I saw that too. Yeah, okay. What PSU wattage do you recommend for a 5080? I would go 1,000 watts, just to be safe. That way you're never using more than like, 60% or so of your power supply's capabilities, and it will be more efficient and it will last longer. Be Quiet fans are amazing. They are really solid. That is almost my build, but with a 4080 Super and a 7950X 3D. Heck yeah. Great build. I can answer a question, probably. I mean, I might not be able to actually answer it, but I'll tell you if I'm not able to answer it. Just gotta get this cable out of here. Ah, forgot those aren't attached anymore. Devin, thank you for the sub, dude. Sorry, you guys probably can't see what I'm doing, but that's okay. That's okay. It's not very exciting. We're just trying to get this cable out of this little trough so that I can take these fans out. Ta-da! Oh, these fans have so many blades. There we go. There we go. All right. So now, that looks the same either way. So now, I think the plan will be to do that, like so. No, more like that, like so. So, when I flip this over, I want the tails of the fans to be to the right. And when I say fans, I mean these ones, because they match the rest of it. You have a 1200 watt prepared for the 5080. That's great. Never hurts to go with an oversized power supply. Grow up fast. Yours is in 5th year this year. That's crazy. That's crazy. Never gonna use power supply, and I'm pretty sure a 5090 should go. Honestly, I wouldn't go less than 1,000 watts on a 5090, and I typically go with 1,200 watts or greater on a 5090 because they can pull 600 watts alone. And then you start talking about like, if you get like a, an I or like a Core Ultra 9 285K or something that can pull, 200 watts. You're eating up that headroom real fast. Yo, Riper, thank you so much for the $10 dono, my guy. What do you think is better, 2 SSDs of 2 terabytes or one 4 terabyte SSD? 2 SSDs of 2 terabytes. From what I understand, you don't want to go higher than 2 terabytes. Assuming these are the only ones in the system. You don't want to go larger than 2 terabytes for your OS drive because it's more likely to fail. So I would avoid doing that if you can. Okay, what did I say? It goes to the right. I play my games on PS5, but there are some strategy games that are not published for console. So I played those on your Dell Latitude. does it harmful? Like, is it harmful to play games on your system? I mean, if it can play the games, it can play the games. It's not harmful as long as your system's working. Thermalright, keep a fire extinguisher next to the 5090. Yeah. That's just a sad state of affairs. I don't know what they were thinking when they designed this 12 VH power connector and trying to run 600 watts through it. It's crazy to me. Especially when all the power stuff on the boards are in parallel, so there's no way to like with software or anything, like try and balance the power. It's all just down to the resistance in the connections and the cables. It's crazy. It's crazy. Two SSD didn't even know about that, so I'm glad. Yeah. Yeah, I won't, like, if people ask for like dual 4 terabytes, I will tell them like, hey, you know, we can do a couple of things. Like I can go a 1 terabyte, a 4, and another 4, or something like that. But like I won't put the OS on a 4 terabyte. It's not good. Yeah, I mean, like it'll work. It's just more likely to fail. So like, it's not saying that it's going to fail, but it is more likely to fail from everything I've seen. Some integrated graphics are suitable. I mean, like, if you're able to play them, you're able to play them. Like, that's kind of all there is to it. You know, as long as your system isn't overheating or anything crazy, it's not gonna, you know, you're not hurting anything. It's just your performance isn't gonna be that incredible on integrated graphics, right? Do I think the 9070 XT will beat the 5070 Super when it comes out? Yes, I do think so. It's completely personal opinion with zero, you know, insider knowledge to back it up. Because right now the 9070 XT tends to beat even the 5070 Ti in most instances. Oh, don't follow me. Don't follow me. Don't fall on me. Don't fall. There we go. Now we're good. Yes, I'm using the crook of my arm to hold this up. Okay? I'm a professional. Which is weird. This is the Thermalright Mjolnir. I don't know how to pronounce it. Vision. It's like MJILNOR or something like that. If I could spell it for you, I would. It's in the description though, if you want to see exactly what it's, how to spell it. And maybe you can tell me how to say it. Still driving old Tom around? No, I sold old Tom. I got a new, to me, old car. It's a 2005 Honda CR-V because I needed better gas mileage with how much I was having to drive around. And my wife said, 3 cars is too much in our driveway. Get rid of the truck if you want that car. And I said, okay. And she's probably right. And it did let me buy new golf clubs this year too, so can't really complain about that. Nice spelling. Did I get it right? Did I actually get the spelling right or no? W Line, what's up?
You got rid
Switch
of
the
truck.
cams. No, the detail, you can't see what I'm doing in the front camera because this is facing me, right? So you can't actually see what I'm doing on the front camera. Hence why the back camera is main. Now I need to shift this back over here a little bit maybe. But you either just see my face and not anything of what I'm doing, or sometimes my shoulder's in the way and you can kind of see what I'm doing. Short of having something on my forehead to show what I'm doing, there's not really much better I can do without having a cameraman, and I can't afford that. I did get rid of the truck. I got rid of it over the summer. I mean, you don't have to stay here with W Lion. It's fine. The people that are here to vibe and hang out. If it's not for you, it's not for you, you know? There's no better way for me to do it, man. There's nothing else I can do. I don't have a way to like strap a camera to me to where you guys could see stuff, and I can't afford a cameraman. There's just nothing else I can do, and that camera is as far over on this wall as I can put it to be able to try and show you guys what I'm doing. All right. Here we go. Don't actually need those. So, to the back. And what we're gonna do here is we're going to take all of these RGB cables from these fans we just plugged in. We're gonna plug them in to this hub. Oh, if I can get those inserts out. Plugs out, I guess is the right term. There we go. Boom. There's one. There's two. Oh, I spoke too soon. Come on. There you go. There's two. And there's three. These fans came with a hub, not like a 3-to-1, so I'm gonna go grab a 3-to-1 for the fans to plug into the motherboard, because I have like a million of these things. Do I like cable management? I like having my cable management look nice. Do I enjoy cable managing? It's the least fun part about building a PC, in my opinion. Probably one of the more satisfying parts about it is having the cable management look nice, but it's not a fun part. Yeah, it comes and goes in terms of like how much I'm in front of the camera, to be honest. It really just kind of depends on what I'm doing. It's like sometimes I'm able to stand off to the side, and other times it's just like it's inconvenient for me to do that. And you guys just get to deal with whatever right stance to take, but you know, it is what it is. Also, I feel like this light could be brighter. Okay, so that's all in there. That's all mostly cable managed. Apparently I missed one. Okay, got that. Let's get the pump on. This is a customer build. Yeah, pretty much anytime you see me streaming, I'm building a customer build. Yeah, and that's honestly like that's what sets it apart from being like a homemade build versus a professional build. I don't know why I did that. I am a professional. I do this now, but that is kind of what sets it apart, right? Is crappy cable management or no cable management versus like nice cable management. And I try and toe the line between like having nice cable management and not just going nuts with zip ties, because there are some like companies out there that like they have nice looking cable management, but like if you ever had to get back into the PC and do anything, like you're cutting through 50 zip ties, which like that's not fun, like that's not cool. So I try to like toe the line there, like having good cable management without creating unnecessary work for when someone inevitably has to do something with their PC, like they want to upgrade it, they want to they have to fix it, whatever. It's a lot of thermal grease, you guys. It's a lot. There we go. That's a much nicer, thinner layer of thermal grease. Oh yeah, clean fingers too. What is that thermal paste? Can you explain the process? So this is Genel thermal grease, G107. It's basically thermal paste, but this thermal grease, I have a buddy who has been building PCs and has been in the tech space for like 30 years. And this stuff lasts for a lot longer than like traditional thermal paste. So, and it is still like, it has very similar capabilities in terms of heat transfer. So that's why I've been using it for a while. And because it comes in like a tub like that, you have to basically pre-spread it onto the CPU rather than, just putting a glob of it on there. And if you're curious what thermal paste is for, I can tell you that as well. Like if you aren't sure why, as a PC builder we use thermal paste, I'm more than happy to talk you through that as well, if you're curious. How long do you think Thermal Grizzly lasts? Probably about 2 years. And I think the Thermal Grizzly liquid metal stuff is like measured in months. Like I think you're supposed to change it pretty often. Which is why I don't suggest most people use it, because most people don't want to have to change their thermal paste that often. Actually, I don't want to do that just yet. Not until I get the USB-C or USB in there. Okay, so we got that in there. Now we got to get this going. This is the LCD screen that comes with it. Just pops right off. Can you fix gaming laptops? I can do some basic repair on gaming laptops, but I'm not I pretty much exclusively work on desktops. Like I can't resolder stuff for you if it's broken or whatever. Like I can replace a screen, replace a battery, you know, replace SSDs, that sort of stuff. But if you're talking like resoldering a component back on the board or whatever, like that's, yeah, it's not. We don't do that here. Okay. All right, let's grab zip tie, because we need to hold this guy tight. There we go. Okay. It's probably one of the only zip ties we're actually going to use in this build, because this thing comes with so many nice cable ties. Like realistically, like I could put something up here, but I think we'll do a cable tie instead of a zip tie up there. Build your first PC, still needs CPU, cooler, and SSD. Let's go. Hopefully I'm still good. My CPU hits 60C. Oh yeah, I mean 60C is perfectly acceptable for a CPU. Like when it starts getting, if it's hitting in like the 80s, you know, when it used to be in the 60s, that's where I would be concerned, right? Like when you start seeing like major changes in the temperature, and like you'll start seeing like stuttering and stuff, that's where you're like, oh, okay, I probably should change my thermal paste. 60C is great. Like if you're, you know, if that's what you're seeing while you're gaming and stuff, or under like heavy workloads, no sweat whatsoever. Okay. Guide that through that little pass-through. There we are. Right next to a USB 2 port, because I am just that good. Actually, I just guessed. I kind of just guessed where it was going to be. Let's be honest. Okay. So we got that through. Now we're just going to kind of fold it back on itself. Push it up into here. Just like that. Keep it nice and tight. Come on. Kind of push it off to the side. There we go. All right. That's all in there. That's all installed. Let's make sure it looks okay on the front. It does. Okay. Pump fans in, CPU fans are in. All this stuff's plugged in. It's GPU time, folks. It's crazy we're there already. It's only been an hour and 10 minutes. It is GPU time. And let me double check. I don't think this case comes with a built-in support bracket for the GPU. No, it does not. Okay. So we can toss one in there too if we have one that fits. Okay, RTX 5080. Do you have any tips for an RX 6700 XT? Sometimes gets 120 FPS on days, and other times it gets 35 FPS. Driver update maybe. Temperatures. Oh, sorry, I didn't see this. My 6800 to XT is still on OEM plate. Been debating redoing it because you're seeing higher than average idle temps and fast spikes. Yeah, it probably is time to redo the paste and the pads maybe. If you're gonna redo the paste, you should probably find the thermal pads that you need to put in it and replace those as well. Mostly because like the old ones will probably be very like squished and stuff over time. And so when you put it back together, they might not be making good contact anymore. Lex got shots, what's up? Do you work on and as well? Because I have, on AMD as well, because I have an issue with my PC. But would need to go into it off stream. Yes, type in ! Discord. Yes, I do work with AMD stuff. I just don't work with, I just don't really work with like laptops and mobile stuff. But yeah, if you need some help on your desktop, I am more than happy to help. Yeah, just go ahead and join the Discord. You can type something into like the PC build questions, or you can add me or message me through that. Like you can find me in the Discord and shoot me a message. We don't have to talk in the Discord server. Best PC for custom pre-built for a beginner. Christine, how much are you trying to spend on a system? I think maybe the 5080 comes with a support bracket for the GPU. Some of them do, and some of them do not. This one did not. I guess I should, it's fine. It all depends on the brand / model that you get. But I've got plenty of extra ones, so we just have to make sure the one that I try to use for it is tall enough. There we go. $1,200. If you're in the US, I have the gamer PC on my website. It's a pre-built system that has like an RTX 5060 and a nice like a modern like Ryzen 5 or Intel i5 CPU, and it's kind of right around that price point after shipping. Come on. Come on, plastic. Come on. There we go. Now we got it. Now we almost got it. Ah. It's kind of cool. The centers actually don't spin on these fans. It's just like a cover. Any more plastic on here? Calling once, calling twice? Nope. All right. RTX 5080 going in. Oh, hold on. This is a 3-slot card. Yeah, honestly, I would say the same. Liquid metal is just not worth the hassle for most people. Like, unless you're doing crazy overclocking and stuff, Like there's just no reason to do it. Yeah, Christine, redneckengineer.com, my website, spelled just like my name. I have the gamer PC in the AMD or Intel flavor, whichever CPU brand you prefer. Available directly on the website. You can check it out. You can put it in your cart and buy it today. We've even got financing available through ShopPay if you qualify for it. And there we go, folks. That is a built PC. Oh, come on. Why do you gotta be like this? It's like super. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, fan spinning free. Love that. Love that. Let's put all our little dust jackets back on. Okay. Then we got to just deal with this cable here. So we're going to add it back into this bundle. Come on. Can't get the end of that freaking thing. There we go. Okay, there it is, folks. That is a fully built custom RTX 5080 PC. Look at this giant mesh over the entire back of the case. Love it. Told you we weren't going to use many zip ties today. I also need more info in the dual CCD workloads for gaming on X3D, CCD only, and other stream recordings, media server hosting. Yeah, you might have to ask me that on Discord. I don't know if I'll be able to answer you on stream. Is that possible, or does CCD park when gaming? That I don't know. Yeah, liquid metals are a pain. Is it normal for a new power supply to make a 1 second rev sound when booting up the PC? It's a thermal right. The power supply is a thermal right? I didn't think they made power supplies. 1 second rev sound. Typically, no. Usually you can't ever actually like hear the power supply fan. So I would be kind of surprised if that's the case. But as long as it just sounds like a fan spinning and not like, it doesn't sound like anything's grinding or whining, then it's probably okay. But yeah, typically you don't hear the fan or the CPU power supply fan ever. So that's kind of surprising. Oh, did they release power supplies recently? I'll have to check that out. I haven't seen that. Dude, so much airflow in this case. We've got 3 intake fans on the bottom, 2 140s on the side, 3 exhaust on the top, and another exhaust on the back. The power supply has direct air, and then the entire back is just a giant, pretty open mesh for those side intakes. Airflow is not going to be a problem here. You just overclocked your PC. I do build PCs for people. This is for somebody. This is a customer build. Kazarli. I'm sure I butchered that. Redneckengineer.com. Spelled just like my name on here. You can go fill out the custom build form or check out the pre-builds that we have on the website. It is a really nice looking case, Reaper. The case that I have has already has a GPU sag bracket included. Yeah, some of them do. This one doesn't. I don't know if I have a tall enough one to sit back behind it. That's the question. Like, I've got a bunch of these MSI ones. Oh, actually, it's not the prettiest GPU support bracket ever, but we can throw this one in there. It's not the most attractive one, but it definitely does the trick. So we can throw this right back here. I think I need to go this way. Something like that. Sorry, 1 second, chat. 1 second. There. Ta-da. Fan spin, fan spin. Probably wouldn't even know what's there. Where'd I get the Lazy Susan? The bottom of it, I bought on Amazon, and then this top, I bought like a stool top or something from Home Depot and painted it. I'm based out of Idaho, but I ship all across the US. Ingredia is my new word of the day. Love that. Bought a support bracket, put it in the exact same place. Also have a little Gundam on top of the GPU. Nice. Thanks for the killer build. Does look clean. YTX motherboard format. Interesting. I have not seen that. Squared halo fan shape makes it pop more. Yeah, I turn off the like only spin when needed on power supplies, but still, yeah, you usually don't really hear it spin up, so I'm a little surprised tonight. Yeah, we speed ran. Yeah, like I was saying, I said it at the beginning, like this case is very quick to build in because of all the pre-installed fans and the fan hub and stuff. So I'm not too surprised that we're already done. All right, who's ready to see this bad boy turn on for the first time? Can I ship to Scotland? I can. Just keep in mind that like the UK charges like a 20% VAT, and then shipping is gonna be a little bit more expensive. So, you know, reach out and I can give you a quote based on those, like the shipping and the VAT costs, and you can decide for yourself if it's worth it versus what you can get. Yes, this is a customer build. This is pre-bought and built, and then it'll get shipped out. The parts for the PC are 1.8K. I mean, if they cost me 1.5K, then you're definitely going to be way cheaper to do it yourself. Like, that's for sure. All right, favorite emojis in the chat. If you're ready to see this bad boy turn on, I'm gonna dim the lights a little bit, set the mood for the first ever power on of this incredible gaming PC. Well, gaming and streaming PC. We're gonna set the tone here. Set the tone. All right. King Blades, love it. I don't keep like all that stuff in stock, but I have access to get the Lean Lee compact cases. Lex got shots. That looks so cool. It's literally like your name is shooting. That's awesome. Which is the most prettiest anti-sag bracket? I don't know. There's so many of them out there. All right, y'all. As a reminder, here's what we got in here. We've got the Ryzen 9 9950X 3D, RTX 5080, 3 terabytes of storage, 1000-watt power supply from ASRock. We got the MSI Mag X870E Tomahawk Wi-Fi, the Montech King 95 Pro, and 64 gigabytes of Patriot Viper. First ever power on. Here it is. Here's a power button. Boom. Boom. It's so sexy. Say that 5 times fast? I can't. I barely said it once. And Jay Purdue, you let me know if you want that anti-sag bracket or if you guys want to find one that looks nicer. I will throw that in for you. Since it didn't come with anything. Trophy, love that. Gonna look good as a solid color? I think so too. And I will usually set it as a solid color before I ship it out, just for taking pictures and stuff. And then obviously they can do whatever they want with it when they get it. It's fine with it? Cool. I will send it with it. The case, dude, this case looks so good. It's such a sweet case. And eventually we're gonna have an LCD screen going on here. I'm surprised it isn't turned on yet. Usually it turns on by now, but it's plugged in, so once we get into Windows. Oh, there it goes. Now it says thermal right. Chris's slides, that's what you want for Christmas? Get it. We have essentially, there's a build that's very similar to this on the website, the Premier PC. It's got the 9800X 3D instead of the 9950, and then it has 48 gigs of RAM instead of 64. But besides that, this is basically the build on the website. Dude, it looks good, Jay Purdue. It looks good. Real good. Red and yellow, red and yellow. I'm sorry. Tuned at the right time. That's right, MJ. Why is my phone vibrating? It is a powerful beast. The case looks so good, man. Great build. Thank you, Riper. Appreciate that. There is a button in the front to change those colors. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's following the motherboard colors right now. There. So now all of those fans are going to be controlled by the motherboard. Which team are you guys, RGB or no RGB? I like both. I've built some really cool no RGB cases or builds, and I really like those, but also I love the look of this. I can't just choose. Good night, Mr. Red and all you computer wizards. Hey, have a good night, Mr. Rainbow. We will see you later. Normally non-RGB, but sometimes it can be tasteful. Yeah, and that's kind of what I've tried to do with some of my builds, is try and like put some RGB in there, but without making it crazy. And that's one thing I do really like about this case, is having the RGB just be around like the edge of these fans. I think it makes it look really, really nice, like super, super classy, not just totally in your face. And don't get me wrong, there is quite a bit of RGB in here, but it's all like thin pieces of RGB, not like entire fans being RGB, you know? May have to just keep it to yourself. Maybe we'll just, you know, let's just make another one. Let's just make another one, you know? My game room, you can see it from space. Yeah, this is definitely like on the subtle end when it comes to RGB. And it kind of plays into it because when I try, you know, I try to keep my prices as low as I possibly can without like losing money, right? And a lot of the times, the easiest way to like help keep your prices lower is by speccing GPUs that don't have built-in RGB, because they just inherently are less expensive. So that kind of adds to the like keeping it semi-subtle by not having like a blaring RGB strip all along here too, you know? PC's an RTX 3050 Ti with 2 terabytes. Did you mean 3060 Ti? I don't think they made a 3050 Ti. And 36 gigs of RAM. That's not bad. It's not bad. You can see yours from space, MJ. What's the over-under chat on Jay Purdue keeping this PC for himself instead of giving it to his son like he said he would? Because yeah, this is an MSRP GPU. This RTX 5080 is $999 plus, you know, tax or shipping, whatever. So, you know, you don't really get any extra performance by buying the like overclocked versions of GPUs. It's such a minimal amount of difference that it's not worth multiple $100s, right? Real Beauty Clerk, thank you, Bob. Trail Tech says keep. He's probably right. He's probably right. You know what that reminds Trail Tech? You know what I just thought of? I haven't used Twitch in so long. I don't know that it's connected to my new bank account since I moved to Idaho. I might need to look at that. Oh, 3050. Okay. Yeah. Everyone knows more RGB equals more FPS. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Call your PCs working art. Thank you, sir. Yeah, 1 to 4% is not worth an extra 15+% in cost. Absolutely. Yeah, I better not do that. He can have this one. All right. Well, once he starts playing on it and you get jealous, you hit me up, all right? You hit me up and we'll take care of you. The Hellhound 9070 XT is so beautiful, but it's like 300 over MSRP. Yeah, it's a bummer. Got the Tough. It was $50 less than the Red Devil. Hey, there you go. I like ASUS stuff. All right, y'all. I know that we built this really fast, maybe too fast, because we're already done. But I need to get to putting Windows and updating all the drivers and all that sort of stuff on this so we can get it shipped out here ASAP for Jay Purdue. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to those of you who donated. And Trail Tech and Riper both dropped some donos in tonight. Thank you guys. Thank you for chatting, because it makes it way more fun when I have you guys to talk to rather than me just sitting here building by myself. So appreciate y'all. We will see you on the next one. I think this is going to be the last build for this week, but I actually just sold 3 workstations that we're going to be building sometime next week. So make sure you're following, subscribed, all the things so you can see the next build. All right? All right. Have a great night, everybody. Lex, I expect to hear from you very soon. We will see you all on the next one. Okay, bye. Bye, 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 bye. 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 Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 bye. Sorry, there's a lot of these things to turn off. Bye. Bye.